Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapin.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, Jim, we're here in the beautiful Olympic Village in gorgeous Vancouver.
That's right. If you're in the rest of the country, you got to come see this when you're in Vancouver. We have so much to do in this episode, so let's get right to this edition of Our City Tonight.
This segment of Spirits Up is brought to you by Evolve Cellars and Time Winery.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, we find ourselves out here in White Rock at a great new restaurant, Shoshaw, which is kind of an Indian fusion. Looks like great food, but we are here specifically to try some of your fabulous wine.
Exactly. So today, thought what better way to celebrate the wonderful weather is a little sparkling again. So this is our Evolve Cellars Effervescence. This is a blend of Pinot Blanc, a little bit of Pinot Gris, and Chardonnay. And it's done in the Couve Clos method, which means that it was fermented, primary fermentation. Then it goes through primary or secondary fermentation in a pressurized tank. So we add the yeast, inoculate with the yeast, stir it all, mix it all up, and get the secondary fermentation occurring. And so instead of being a separate traditional champagne bottle that secondary fermentation is occurring in, it's occurring in the tank. So as a result, you get a very fine bubble still, but very fruit forward. So to me, I get lots of apple and pear, and kind of reminds me of walking through an Okanagan orchard.
Oh,
so
that's
just
right.
the smell. So.
Delicious. You make it sound very much all chemistry, but you know what? We're just enjoying the fruits of your
Yeah, a
labor.
little of this, a little of that, a lot of
What it
dreams.
is,
Yeah,
it's,
that's
you know,
it.
the winemaker's a lot like a chef, right? You start with great ingredients, and it's part artistry, but it is part chemistry as well. And you know, they get to play. So Lawrence does an amazing job, our winemaker.
And you also, this is a screw top.
Yeah, this is
I was
a
about to
crown
say. Yeah,
top.
this is
Yeah,
yeah. That's very.
so-
Is that becoming a real trend?
Yeah, we're seeing it more and more
Yeah?
in sparkling, yeah. And for us at Evolve, it's about being very fresh, fruit forward, and having some fun with it. So
And not putting a top back on. You just got to finish the bottle. Actually,
I've never had people ask what you do and you don't finish it, and I don't know. I have no idea.
But it still sounds, the sound of it
Oh, it's
popping
nice.
still
Very
sounds
cool.
like we
Yeah.
actually scared some people here in the restaurant.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Well, okay, we're going to come back. I think they're going to bring some food out too. You're going to talk
Yeah.
about some pairings like we've done in the
Absolutely.
past, but let's enjoy this and we'll come back
Cheers.
with more of Spirits Up in just a little while. This health and wellness segment is brought to you by Viva Nutraceuticals. Well, now Lita and I find ourselves out in White Rock at the Nature's Fair Market.
And in this episode of our health and wellness segment, we have guest expert Dr. Olivier Barret. Well, Olivier, in your practice, you're probably seeing a lot of aging adults because the population is definitely booming, right? What would you say the number one concerns for eye health your clients bring to you?
So usually three main concerns came up. First one is the glaucoma, second one is the cataract, and the third one is the macular degeneration.
And doctor, what are some of the long-term preventative measures that people can do to look after their eyes over the long period of time?
So when they come to my clinic, first I will assess their own general health condition, asking questions about the diet and other things in their life. And based on that, I will make a diagnosis and then make recommendation. Most of the time the recommendation is diet-wise, because many people are making mistakes about their diet.
Sure.
I sometimes recommend supplements as well. They can take on a regular basis to help them as well, and also as a preventive method.
Acupuncture, do you find that's really successful with a lot of your patients?
Yeah, definitely. Regular acupuncture treatment can really help to prevent many diseases, and specifically for the eyes as well. So a very, very powerful technique.
So to maintain your eye health, there's obviously some food, some nutrients that your clients should be looking for. What would you suggest?
Yeah, definitely a good type of food I would recommend always for my patients. Green leafy, specifically like kale, spinach, broccoli. Also, you could try like beetroots, is really good for eyes.
Beetroots? Okay.
Yeah, beetroots, yeah. Carrots, broccolis have been also very, very good for that. And if you like to have a little bit something sweet, you can also add a little bit of sweet potatoes as well.
Nice.
Very, very good.
Excellent.
Very cool.
So when your clients are looking for a supplement, what should they look? What are the key ingredients that they should look for?
So the key ingredients are the lutein and the zeaxanthin. That's very, very important. As well as vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E as well. All of these will be antioxidant and will protect the eyes.
Perfect.
This edition of the Health and Wellness segment has been brought to you by Viva Nutraceuticals. Insozia is an effective sleep aid that can help you wake up in the morning feeling well rested. The traditional Chinese herbal medicine is patented and has been used for centuries to help relieve insomnia due to heart-blood deficiency. Insozia is made in Canada, formulated by doctors, and manufactured by experts with more than 20 years of experience. For more information, go to vivahealthsolutions.com. Well, now we're on the patio here at Ronnie Gs Bar and Grill in White Rock, and we're with, oh boy, one of my old friends, Shane May, and he has a, we go way too far back.
Long time.
We're going to talk about a signature drink that you've created here.
Well, what we've done is it comes from the Ivy in Los Angeles. I was just recently there with a family and a team that I'm working with. And we sat on the patio and we had a basil strawberry mojito. And it was amazing. My daughter Malia actually had it. And we all tasted it and then we all ordered one because it was so great. So what we've done here instead is we've now created something totally different. We're using Stoli vodka now.
Oh.
So basically, simply what we do is we muddle our strawberries, our basil, and our mint right here from our
Oh, you got your own herb garden there.
which
Yeah,
is great.
yeah.
It's fantastic. And we muddle it. We add some margarita mix. We add some simple syrup and a little bit of soda and 7-Up. I do it a little bit differently, so it gets a little bit of a sweetness. And from there, we've created the Stoli Mojito.
But truly farm to table because it's like farm right here in your patio.
I know, it's so great. Yeah, we've been doing that for a couple of years now, and it's really quite wonderful.
And I'm not a huge rum fan, so we're going to try this now with vodka, Stoli vodka, see how it goes here.
Let's go.
Cheers.
Great to have you guys
Thank
here.
you. And I officially like this more than with rum.
That
that's
is
so lovely.
incredible.
So tasty.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must be selling a lot of these.
Actually, we are going to start. We've just created this.
Oh, so this
We
is, we're getting an
literally-
exclusive here. Wow, very
This
nice.
is an exclusive. This is the first time anybody has ever tasted this.
And we're just going to, are we calling it the Ronnie G Mojito or just the...
How about the Our City Tonight mojito?
That's very nice.
Oh, you know what? I think that's a great idea. The
Our
Our
City
City
Tonight.
Stoli Mojito
Okay.
with Ronnie Gs.
We'd have to copyright that immediately.
Copyright.
Okay, listen, we're going to come back to Ronnie G's in a little while. We're going to go inside. Shane's got some great food for us to try. We'll come back here to White Rock later in the show. Well, as you can see, low tide. We're here on the patio at Blackfin Pub, and we're with the guy that, well, makes all the food happen. Nigel, thanks for joining us today.
I'm just another noodle in the soup.
Well, Nigel, you've got an amazing menu, and so give us a little bit of an insight into what's on your menu.
We've got lots of seafood. In the summer especially, we lean more towards it. I mean, the low tide, that means you can get clams, oysters, anything else. But we have locally farmed sable fish as well as wild caught. All species of salmon come in. There's also all the ground fish, everything else that we have on our menu, and we can pull out of the ocean out here.
Wonderful.
And one thing we're seeing with Lita say being gluten-free, you also, everywhere we're going today, good to see, has gluten-free items from which to choose.
It's something that we've had to just embrace and run with. I mean, if you're gonna do it well. Do your research, be careful. You don't want to make anyone sick. It's a real thing. Just like other allergies. It's a bigger group though, so we made an actual menu that people can be confident that they can eat from.
Well, we're here with Barbara. We're inside Blackfin now, and what a gorgeous, gorgeous restaurant that you have. What's different about your cocktail area?
Our cocktail area, we have a diverse kind of clientele in Comox. We have the older and the younger, so we try to stay in the middle, try to follow a little bit of what happens in your city, and usually a couple of years later, but we're happy to have it nonetheless. So in saying that, we have a couple craft breweries in town now, 3 to be exact. So we feature some local beer from them. We try to craft some cocktails using local products, local herbs, all that kind of stuff with the fact that the bartenders are super busy and everything is super fast in here. I'd love you to come back on a Friday night and watch how this works.
I can't imagine, because it's packed here on a Saturday afternoon. Now, Barbara, what are we about to try? You've got cocktail and you've got a lot of local beers you're very proud of. So what is Lita about to drink?
Lita is about to have a Pim's Cup, very popular, brought back from a long time ago. Lita says she likes gin and she likes vodka, so Pim's is a gin-based liqueur. So
Preferably in the same glass.
Absolutely. It uses the gin, the local unruly gin, and it also uses from Wayward Distilleries. It also uses cucumber brought from the kitchen, a little bit of soda, a little bit of ginger beer, things from the past, all muddled together to make a great cocktail for now.
And what am I about to have?
You are about to have the Cumberland Forest Fog. It's a local brewery in Cumberland, which is about 10 kilometers north of us.
Nice.
And they have an unfiltered wheat ale. Very popular, winning awards everywhere. So
You know, we're seeing across the country, so it's great for people in other parts of the country to see what's going on in Vancouver Island. One of the things that Lita and I have noticed is just everything is sourced locally, and not just food, but here we are about to have something that's all local.
absolutely. We have several different farming community sections here, either agriculture, animal, all that, and all of the restaurants are now really trying to do the farm to table. So we do as much sourcing as we can here. We're pretty high volume, so we do still get a lot of things grown in Vancouver in the hothouse and that kind of stuff.
Very cool.
But we do the best we can here.
Let's try this. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's perfection.
Wow.
Thanks to Tavis.
Yes, Tavis is amazing.
Well, welcome back to Shoshaw Restaurant. We're here in White Rock, right near 99 Highway, I should say. A brand new place. You keep turning us on to these great places.
No, exactly.
What are we going to try now?
So now, again, it's rosé season. So, you know, I'm a big fan of bubbles and rosé. So this is our Time Winery rosé. And this is a little different because it's made 100% Syrah, which is not generally what rosés will necessarily be made with. But what also is different is quite often you'll do it more of a saignée, which is you're making a red wine and you bleed off saignée,
right,
the juice, and create the rosé that way. This one was specifically grown to be our rosé, so as a result, it's very luscious and rich and round and crisp and so delicious. For me, the aromatics, when you open this, you can just walk by and it's like, ooh, what is that smell?
I'm having a Pavlovian experience now that you're describing all.
This I was saying earlier, this might be my favorite of your wines.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
give this a
really
little taste.
excited. So small production. We just made 200 cases of it this year.
Oh, that is so incredible. And I see that it matches your dress.
Well, you know, yes.
And great weather, but this is all year round for me. I'm sorry, yeah. And what would this pair with?
Oh, super versatile because it's got a little bit of a hint of sweetness, but actually some great acidity as well. So I think something with spice. Here we're at Shoshaw. I think it's going to work amazingly well with a lot of their dishes that have a little bit of spice to it, a little bit of curriness, seafood, salads. Think patio, right?
Patio. We're going to come back later in the show, and we're actually going to have some of the food from Shoshaw out here on the table. We're going to talk about how it pairs with your wines.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, we're back here at Ronnie Gs Bar and Grill in White Rock, and we're super excited. Well, Jim's really super excited. He's digging right into these amazing dishes. Now, Ronnie Gs has a multitude of food to choose from.
Yes, we do. We've got a lot of great stuff, and we're at this point in time, it's been wonderful working with our chef, Sky, and her team with Toki and the group in the back. It is a scratch kitchen, which is absolutely wonderful. What we've got right here is we've got black sambuca prawns. Really, really simple dish. Simply garlic butter, cook your prawns till they're almost ready, add the black sambuca, flambe, and you've got, as we like to say, deliciousness.
And you're saying one of the best burgers.
Well, take a look at that.
Oh my God,
it's
you
crazy.
know what, it's hands down. This burger is made to order. So literally, our kitchen staff in the back, chef and Toki, and them make it to order. They're sitting there making your burger to order. And it's fantastic.
I'm like Guy Ferrer, right? Oh my God, it's so good. Is that blue cheese on there?
Blue cheese, yeah, and it's a chuck burger, can be made medium, and it's fantastic.
You're going right over there, where I'll be
Yes.
finishing that up. No,
Okay, great. Yeah.
I like that you have a diversity like that. Now, you wanted to bring the wonderful head chef in to talk about your signature dish.
Yes, our
Sky,
signature
where are you?
dish.
Come on over. She's working in the kitchen. We're pulling her away from the kitchen.
Come on over, Scott.
Get over here, Sky. Okay, Sky. I love the burger, by the way. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about your signature dish here?
Yes, it's a 4-bone rack of lamb. We grow herbs in the back as a working herb garden, and so it's marinated in rosemary, olive oil, salt and pepper. That's it. Very simple. It's seared on the grill, which is like an indoor charcoal barbecue, so you get a bit of that flavor in there. And then the sauce that we make is a minted red wine jus with some shallots and a little bit of heat, a little bit of chili flake in there, and that sort of coats everything. Some seasonal vegetables, some roasted potatoes. It's
Very
kinda
nice.
hard to
And
beat.
this is your signature dish.
This is one of our signature dishes.
Very
We have
nice.
a few things that people come here for, and that's one of them.
Wow. We're going to dig in as soon as the camera stops. We should say, Shane, you guys are open every day starting at 4?
We're open Monday through Saturday, starting at 4 to 9 during the week. Friday, Saturday, we're open till 11 o'clock from 4 on.
Okay, and this has nothing to do with food. It does in a way, but we got to show, I think, one of the greatest photo ops of one of the greatest guys we've ever met. Your father,
Yes.
who was like a second father to me, Arnie May, big in the restaurant scene in the 90s and 80s with Rosini's, great jazz bars. This is the photo op of all time. This is Shane's dad, a young Arnie May in the 50s. He was a great drummer, wasn't he?
1957, yeah, Dad was an amazing drummer.
Playing with, I think you recognize the guy he's with, Elvis Presley. I always used to tease your dad by saying, you both look young and good looking, and you're just a little bit taller than Elvis.
Yes.
Which I liked, actually. So, well done, Arnie. We miss you, sir. And Shane,
we
thank
do.
you for having us in here today.
Wow.
Sky,
Yes.
thank you, actually.
Thank you, guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And we'll look for you out here at Ronnie Gs Bar and Grill at the Five Corners in White Rock.
Yeah, you betcha. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
Okay, enough with the pleasantries. Now we have to dig in.
Yes. Okay, dig in, everybody.
Well, our city tonight now finds itself at the luxurious Four Seasons Hotel for an annual event that benefits Canucks Kids Fund. It's the Kate Linder and Friends Afternoon Tea. Now, Kate Linder does not mean anything to you. She has, for the last 35 years, been a part of the #1 daytime drama, It's the Young and the Restless. She brings some of the cast up, and the good news, it all goes to charity. We had a chance to sit with Kate and some of the cast members. Let's go take a look. Well, the woman that puts it all together, Kate, 20 years. You've been on the show 35 years. It's every July I sit here and I talk to you, and it's another great year. And how are you feeling on the 20th anniversary?
I'm so excited about this because, as you said, this is the 20th anniversary of doing these teas. But next year is the 20th anniversary of doing the one in Vancouver. So we're going to have two 20ths.
Oh, wow.
So I really, really like that because our very first one was in Victoria. So it's the 20th anniversary of when we started them
Wow.
today. And then, next year we'll have another 20th. So that's good.
Incredible. And I've talked to the actors over the years, and it's just so gratifying to come up here and have the fans be able to meet you and talk to you. How does that feel for you on a day like this?
This makes me so happy, and to see the people come year after year, they're just amazing, and they support this,
Yeah.
and they're so terrific.
Daniel, I think you're probably the newest cast member that I've talked to today. You've been on the show, I guess, almost a year. Or
No, God, even newer.
Newer,
I've been
okay.
on the show for about 6 months.
I love the
it.
character as the world-weary, experienced journalist, war correspondent coming back to Wisconsin and getting right in with Victor Newman. Is there anything worse than that?
Anything worse? Honestly, as far as storyline, it's probably the most dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
But as far as working with an actor, it's one of the most highest honors to work with a guy like Eric Braeden. So
I was going to say, Braeden, who's been on the show 35 years, I mean, he is the gold mark, but I think where other actors, I've talked to actors who are just, it's intimidating working with this guy.
it can be. I feel like if you show him respect, he respects you back. feedback. And I think if you give him the honesty and the sort of show him that you're not afraid, he then will respect you in turn as well, and as long as you're respecting him. So.
Yeah, and it's funny because we've talked to him before. He's such a nice guy
That's
in real life, but in the show, he's
his character is highly intimidating. And when you meet the guy, he's always the guy with the jokes. That's great. He's an honor to work with, and he's a real gem in the whole business. So. And coming to the show, a new guy on the show, boy, it really gets your chops moving too, because the pace in which you guys shoot is a lot different. 6 episodes in 4 days, roughly 100 pages a day. We are moving that stuff. I mean, it really is amazing how we get this thing done, and really kudos to the crew who can light and make sound perfect like that over, like they have 5 minutes. They move from set to set. They literally they just move from their scheme, and they just have to go. They have to go. They have to keep it moving, and we're there to just sort of put the icing on it. I feel like the actors are there for the icing, and they're there to set up the whole cake. So
very nice. Continued success. You're in with a good family with Lauren and Michael and that whole crew.
Tracy and Christian have taken me under their wing, and they've been nothing but supportive. So
cheers.
We're back here at Shosha Restaurant in White Rock, doing one of our favorite things, eating and drinking. What's involving Time Winery wine.
Well, we got some food out here. We're going to talk about how this all pairs, but our last wine is a red.
It is a red. So we've talked last time about Meritage. So we know that it has to be traditional Bordeaux varietals. You know it needs to be a blend. You can't have any more than 90% of any one particular varietal. But we were talking about McWater's Meritage last time. This is Time Winery Meritage, so a little different style. This is predominantly Merlot, so it's Merlot driven with Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc, and as a result, the difference between our McWaters is this is a little more elegant, a little more old school or old world style, and very nice finesse and great acidity that just works so well when you're pairing with food.
Nice. Wow. And what are we going to pair? Let's try this first of all. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, just your father's.
Right.
This is your father's wine. I like that.
Urban Winery.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And so everything you've brought out today, we can actually pair with food here at Shosha, correct?
Absolutely. So, the wines that we brought, we've got some amazing flavors happening here because we've got the Indian influence. So lots of spice, lots of flavors, not necessarily so much hot spice, but flavors. And so we've got the beef kebab here that we've paired with the Meritage, which will work really well because it's got a hint of spice to it as well with the cumin and the Indian spices that work really well with this wine.
Right. And of course, for the bubbles, we wanted
the bubbles with the Mumbai
spicy prawns, right?
So a little bit of spice, right? So this fruit is going to stand up to the spiciness there, and it's going to work really well. And then we have the rosé. Chef has prepared a sesame paneer finger.
Nice. And we should say that they have all Bollywood actors on the cover here, which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So the whole restaurant here, their whole theme is actually to evolve and to create and change their menu. So it works very well with
wine here,
our wines.
Well, cheers, and thank you for turning us on to another great location, and thanks to the folks from Shosha here in White Rock, brand new right near 99, and always great doing this segment with you.
Thank you.
Let's eat and drink now.
Yes, absolutely.
Cheers.
This segment of Spirits Up was brought to you by Time Winery and Evolved Cellars.
Oh yeah, that was good. Lane, I have to ask you, as someone who's a chef that has worked in a lot of different places, how does that affect your creations?
Well, I think that we're really blessed to be in the Comox Valley. It's a plethora of amazing local ingredients, amazing fish, shellfish, game, grass-fed beef. All these people are very passionate about what they do, and it makes our job as a chef a lot easier to have these amazing products.
When you're cooking in other cities, what do you bring from that to where you are now?
Well, usually we bring everything from here to the city.
Okay. Where it's fresh, trust me, folks. But if you're working in a place like Calgary or you're working in a Whistler, how does that, I mean, that can't help but not affect what you do.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, but when you have an international clientele in a place like Whistler, you really need to just kind of stick to what you're good at, and in this area where it's kind of a little bit, more remote, you're just kind of focusing on the local ingredients and treating them with as much respect as you can.
Well, if you're a whiskey fan, you want to check out the Vancouver Whiskey Festival that's coming very soon with a guy that knows a lot about whiskey. Daryl Lamb is a brand ambassador for Legacy Liquor Stores. We are at probably one of the best and my favorite liquor stores in all of Vancouver here in Olympic Village. Daryl, thanks for joining us.
Anytime, I love it.
This is like Candyland for adults, definitely. Now you have something very special for us to try here in front of us. What do we have?
We really do, because this is a very fantastic, very special festival. So what we have here is a single barrel 1995 Glenburgie, very, very rare whiskey for a very, very rare whiskey festival.
Wow.
How's that?
Can I buy that here?
No, you can't. See, here's the thing.
Damn it.
There is no more of this whiskey for the entire planet. It is long sold out. That is the last in the world. And one of the best things about this whiskey festival is there are going to be dozens of last on the planet bottles for us to sample.
And so you can buy at the festival?
You can. Legacy
can.
Liquor Store will be on site selling everything that's in the show.
And if people want more information, where can they go?
You can go to VancouverWhiskeyFestival.com.
Very nice. Daryl, we will see you there. We will have more, a lot more of this festival, if you're a whiskey fan, coming up in our next episode.
We're here in beautiful White Rock at Ronnie Gs Bar and Grill. We love this place.
I know, it's great, right at the Five Corners. It's time for another Our City Tonight DVD giveaway. You and I both love this show.
Love this show, and it's Irish.
That's right. It's a story of a lawyer who leaves her firm, the fiance, and goes out on her own. It's called Striking Out. Here's a look.
What is this?
All right.
I'm just a corporate lawyer gone walkabout. On top of my professional liability insurance and the fact that I forked out for most of my wedding, I'm broke.
That's such a great series.
That's right. Now, there's only 4 episodes in this first season, but they are doing season 2.
Wow!
Yes, and Lita, we'll deal with this man in just a second, but how can people win copies of this DVD?
Win by going to our Facebook page and hashtagging Striking Out. Shane, you just struck out.
Shane, the boss here at Ronnie Gs. You got to check this place out in White Rock. And thanks to Acorn and RLJ Entertainment for helping us out with this DVD giveaway. And thanks to Ronnie Gs.
We're here in Olympic Village. We absolutely love this city. Look at the view behind us.
Oh, it's a great day, actually. Summer in the city, which is, I think, ending. So let's show this clip about a month from now when it's rainy, cold. Anyway, I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Liepin.
We'll see you on the next Our City Tonight.